Hello fellow warriors, I am Zardar and welcome to another online battle from Warhammer 2. So this one is featuring Gloriousfeeder playing as his stalwart dwarfs, and he's up against Smells Skaven. So this is gonna be a beautiful match because from what I can see, Gloriousfeeder has decided to go with a really nice and diverse build. I always like that. And also we're gonna get a duel of fates between the White Dwarf, I'm not gonna try to pronounce Grombrindal, okay, I actually got it this time. And yeah, he's gonna be going up against Quick, which you don't see that often in the multiplayer stage. Anyway, let's begin counting down the troops and let's see what they both have. So for Gloriousfeeder back here, we can see he has the Dragonmark Slayers, just in case anything large like Rat Ogres is needed to get killed, or a Doom Wheel, things like that. Back here he has a unit of Grudge Thrower, the Goblobber, the Regiment of Renown, which demoralizes each opponents that it hits. We also got a couple of Bolt Throwers, which is kinda weird, like perhaps I'm missing something over here, or perhaps I'm too dumb enough. But yeah, these guys are anti-large. Perhaps he was afraid of too many Rat Ogres and he went with them. Anyway, he will get them to work even on cheap infantry. Further back here we have two units of Dwarf Warriors protecting. And in the middle we have one unit of Rangers, another one over here, and also the Ulthar's Raiders, which have the Mark of Ulthar, which is gonna reduce the armor, missile resistance and missile parry of any target by a large margin. We also got the Ekron Miners. I freaking love these guys. You don't see them quite often, but I actually really like them, especially on Steel Faith Overhaul. They have unlimited ammo over there and they do massive damage, believe me. Grombrindal, as we said over here, and let's see what he's got. He's got the Flash Bomb, and Forseeker together with White Dwarf has no fear, which makes him unbreakable. And the front line is gonna be composed of Dwarf Warriors with great weapons, more great weapons and more Dwarf Warriors. And the things that we missed is actually a Runesmith over here with a Rune of Wrath and Ruin, I'm quite sure, yes. One unit of Iron Drakes over here, so we're gonna see some fire going on. And I might have forgotten something. I think there's a Runesmith somewhere. Where's that Runesmith? I think I saw him when the battle was loading in. Oh, there he is. He's on the front line, Master Engineer, and he's got the Fiery Ring of Thori, which causes major magical fire damage and is good against multiple units. So, for the Skaven forces, we can see the sharpshooters on this side being vanguard deployed in order to start opening fire into some artillery before the main force moves in and takes a lot of damage. Over here we can see three units of Night Runners with slings, a couple of Death Runners on this flank over here trying to, most likely will try to get around. We have the Dwarf Thing Menace, the Doomflayer Regiment of Renown, and also the Wheels of Doom, which provides lots of fear and terror. And for the rest of the force we can see three Skaven Slave Slingers, so a lot of ranged, actually 5 Skaven Slave Slingers, a lot of ranged in this match from the Skaven, even though it's just rocks. Some Skaven Slaves in the front, and mixed in there we have a Plague Priest with both the Summons, Plague Monks and Clan Rats. Over here we have a Warlock Engineer just with the Mortis Engine effect, and Quick with the Trophy Heads. So yeah, like really cheap units from the Skaven roster, but they have the hard hitting guns, which are the Doom Wheel over here. He kinda relies on summons as well. So let's see how it goes. So, gonna play start over here. It's gonna take some time till the armies class. The sharpshooters are gonna get a little bit back because they were too close at the moment, and they're gonna start opening fire on top of that rock clobber. Hopefully Gloriousfeeder is gonna move forward, trying to find out where that fire is coming from. He knows that there's probably sharpshooters somewhere in the game. Smell is gonna try to just avoid that reconnaissance, and he's just gonna keep strafing left and right just to avoid that. But I think he has come close enough at this moment, and I really hate it that these guys have an arc. Like, they shouldn't be shooting in yeah, just look at that, and now it's gonna drop. They should only be shooting into like straight line. like they should be punished by terrain the most of all the gunner units in the game. So over on this side we can see some slingers are trying to trade off with the dwarfs. Of course he's got the shields up in the front, so they're not gonna be taking that much of a damage. They need to move closer if they wanna take out the rangers, and the rangers have also bronze shields, so I don't know if that's gonna go well. The Rocklobber keeps Goblobber keeps taking damage over here from the sharpshooters, but it's also giving them some back. And now the Doom Wheels are gonna start coming in. The Death Runners are gonna reveal themselves because they were most likely using bombs, and they're gonna get on that ranger unit, which is gonna mean really hard trouble. He's gonna try to move the Ekron miners over here in order to get them to do some work, and holy shit, that fiery ring from the runesmith completely destroys that Death Runner unit, bringing them down to 20% health with just one charge. The Doom Wheel with the Doom Flares are gonna go in on these poor dwarven warriors, but they're just gonna hold their ground for now. He relies to get Gromby over here together with a runesmith for the Wrath and Ruin, just to slow this thing down and get it shut. Also the Dragonback Slayers are gonna be moving in with Ulthor's Raiders, while the Skaven continue to just keep shooting with the Night Slingers over here. But one unit of the Death Runners has almost been shot. The other is still keep on fighting, but if the Ekron miners start opening fire, which I don't understand why they're not at the moment, exactly, that's what you need to be doing. And the front line is trying to, well, it's a little bit bad situation. They're overblobbing at the moment, which I don't really like, but the Rocklobber, that thing, Goblobber, is actually still alive, keeps on shooting on the sharpshooters over here. The Death Runners, one unit has been completely obliterated and the other is about to follow, and my dear lord, I didn't know that that ring could do so much damage. Like, you live and learn, you live and learn. And Gloriousfeeder has taught us something today. The Iron Drakes are gonna get run over by the Wheels of Doom, and back here, actually I didn't see this one unit of Dwarven Warriors is just gonna overextend. It's gonna get shot, yes, but if it's just gonna tie down 4 units, even if they're so cheap, actually it's 5, it's gonna be alright, just to buy enough time for the force over here to just do its things. The Doom Flares has suffered a lot of damage, and now the Dragonback Slayers with their slowing effect are here. Grombrydal is gonna drop the unbreakable effect on the Dragonback Slayers, which is kind of a miss, but I'm pretty sure it was just that, just a miss. The Death Runners still alive, they're just trying to run around and get to as many targets as they can, but the Ekron miners will just keep on moving close to them, just opening some shots with their mining, blasting charges, and these guys will follow. Like, these guys need to be deleted at this stage in order for the dwarfs to start doing their things. Over on the front line, there's like a freaking duel just going on between Quick, the White Dwarf, the Skaven heroes. Everybody's here, the runesmith, except the Master Engineer. The Master Engineer is standing just in the back, just doing his dirty work, just shooting all around. The sharpshooters are actually still alive. The Iron Drakes, even though they're fighting the summoned Plague Monks, managed to get a couple of shots off, and that's because they're on guard mode. And the Doom Flares are actually coming back. Where's the Dragonback Slayers? Okay, they're over here, so if they try to come anywhere close, they will get destroyed. The Night Runners in the back have almost been negated, but now they have decided to go on melee, and that's gonna mean trouble, because these forces are kind of really heavily beaten up, and the Doom Flares are gonna go for Ekron miners, which do not have a means to fighting them off. Back here, the Slingers have almost destroyed that Dwarven warrior unit, but Quick over here has lost the duel against Gromby, and he's actually being chased off by the runesmith, which has dropped the Rune of Wrath and Ruin on him just to be able to catch him and most likely destroy him. And over here, Gromby actually really needs to get back into these Plague Priest and Engineer, just kill them off before these guys manage to get more damage output by the Mortis Engine or by the summons. Dragonback Slayers should just clean up this stuff. It shouldn't be that hard with the Iron Drakes just shooting point blank. The sharpshooters keep on trying to do some damage, but hitting models when into a fight is not that easy of a job, so they will not be doing that heavy lifting damage. Runesmith keeps on going after the Skaven slave slingers, which I would really think that it would be best if you just he just brought them on melee here, just stop this guy from moving so quick, can rally, and the backline is just in complete mayhem. The Ekron miners still keep on fighting against the Wheels of Doom, and they have almost but destroyed the Dwarf Thing Menace, and these Dwarven warriors are still holding still, so quite a hard battle over here. You can't tell which side it's tilting at the moment, because like the back line of the Dwarfs is disarray, the front line has been won by the Dwarfs for now, and their leader is actually running, and now he's coming back and trying actually to destroy the Runesmith with the trophy heads, so that was a huge turnaround. Quick has managed to rally, and he's just coming back with a vengeance, and Gromby is all alone over here. Only the Dragonback Slayers remain, and these guys have like 0 armor. Yes, they have bronze shields, but when they're trying to chase targets down, I'm pretty sure some shots will just end up shooting them in the back. Gromby is just stuttering over here at the moment. He's just trying to keep it together. He's gonna pop Forseeker and just try to go straight into the back line, just avoid all these Skaven slave shots. But damn it, just look at all these pebbles just landing on him, and little by little they're just whittling him down. The Iron Drakes are gonna open up a really good shot over here. They're not gonna do that much damage, which is, yeah, I don't think that should be happening. Like, that fire from one shot from the Iron Drake should be enough to just melt units that have like 0 armor. Like, I'm not kidding, like this is a little bit of a bullshit over here. And yeah, the Dragonback Slayers will manage to get on Quick, which they're gonna reduce his speed. So now Gromby can come here and just start dueling him yet again. A smokescreen bomb is gonna go down at the same time, so Quick is down to, holy crap, 20 speed, and Gromby is just coming real hot in. Has the Runesmith been killed? I think he has been killed. The Bounce of Power still in the middle. Still a hard-fought matchup. The Doomflayers over here are going after the Iron Drakes. The Skaven Slave Slingers all around are just trying to pick up targets. The Master Engineer still freaking alive. And yeah, like just a crazy battle all around. But the thing is that all the Skaven have are just slaves. So even a couple of units of Dwarf Warriors, if they just keep it together, if they manage to do that, they will be able to win. The Iron Drakes are just... excuse me, they're doing nothing at the moment. They should be shooting, like shoot, just do something. You have, yeah, there we go, and that fire is just gonna roast some of these things yet again, as I said, not doing too much damage, and that fire ring is gonna go down from the Master Engineer doing some good work as well. But the big threat is that the Wheels of Doom is still freaking alive. But Grombrindal has actually died over here, but even though he died, the freaking Quick is wavering. He's down to just 153 HP, and the balance of power is actually in the Dwarven favor. Like, how the hell is that happening? He only has like a couple, 18 Dragonback Slayers still left alive. Oh, he has the Master Engineer, so I guess that is what counts. And that Master Engineer is gonna prove vital into killing the Wheels of Doom. Like, I'm starting to believe that Master Engineers are a viable threat against Doom, you know, chariots in general, but specifically for the Doom Wheel over here, because whatever it does and tries to run around and just get kills, this guy is just gonna be able to just shoot it. The Ekron Miners still fighting till the bitter end, just being the champs they truly deserve to be, and Ulthor's Raiders still fighting over here, just trying to go after the Wheels of Doom, which I'm pretty sure they're gonna get run over. No, he kinda ignored them. He's going straight for the Iron Drakes, because he knows this thing can just kill off any Skaven slaves that are remaining. Dragonback Slayers over here drop down to 13 men, and that's mostly because they're getting shot by all sides by the Skaven slaves. The Bounce of Power is gonna move back into the middle, and now the Engineer is taking some free damage. Doomwheel just trying to ping pong between the Iron Drakes over here and the Ekron Miners, I mean the Ulthor's Raiders, which are gonna actually start to break at the moment, and the Bounce of Power keeps on tilting back and forth, but it's gonna sit at against the favor against the Dwarfs, and the Master Engineer actually retreats. So at this moment there's not much on the field except these Dwarf Warriors, and the Iron Drakes just refuse to shoot. Just start shooting, goddammit, you're just sitting there doing nothing. The Master Engineer is gonna keep getting run over, the Dragonback Slayers will start coming back, and holy crap, these guys are just retreating for no reason at the moment, just at the sight of these guys. And yeah, the Iron Drakes actually on 1v1 are able to just kill off the Skaven slave slingers. Like, I can't believe what's going on at the moment. This match should have been won by the Skaven already, in a sense, because let's be honest, the Skaven have a lot of troops, but it's all tough. They all cost like 100 or something, 200 for the Skaven slave slingers. So if you count all of the remaining troops money-wise, like, he still got like 600 left over here, he still has like 300 here, 200 here, and another 100 here. And if you take into account the Skaven slaves, you don't make up not even 200 if you combine them all together. It's just the Wheels of Doom, which down to 20 HP from 1500 that it costs. I think it brings the sum up. Yeah, like the Dwarfs have the advantage if you take into account the coin, the points left, because that's how you need to count it. This thing costs 1500 and he has 20% remaining health. Well, 20% of that money that it cost is actually present of the field. You add them up with the rest of the troops, and whoever has got more, that's how it goes. And yeah, like, Ulthor's Raiders are gonna rally. They're gonna obviously retreat again, but that's gonna buy enough time for the Iron Drakes to open fire on these Night Runners with slings over here, and they're gonna get hit hard. The Wheels of Doom is actually keep on trying to chase the Master Engineer, which I guess it's a good choice. He should be trying to do that. The Skaven slave slingers over here will just start to run at the sight of just the Dragonback Slayers. The Iron Drakes are gonna get shattered too, and that's all that's gonna be, and the Dwarfs are just gonna fail in the end. So that was a beautiful match. I thought the first time I watched this, I thought the Dwarfs were gonna actually win. I was like, how the hell are they gonna win? But then in the end they have actually lost. But I was just quite amazed at the steadiness of the Dwarves. Like, they kept fighting and fighting, and I don't mean the Dragonback Slayers, I mean all the rest. And the most thing that I liked in this build was actually the Engineer, and how he destroyed those Death Runners in the beginning. Man, that was freaking awesome. So Fiery Ring of the Master Engineer, viable option against lightly armored troops, and it can clean up really well. Gromby did quite fine, 49 kills. The Runesmith just applying the Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin, not Master, just Rune of Wrath and Ruin everywhere. It was pretty good, just slowing down targets and doing massive damage. Master Engineer, 96 kills, so this guy was pretty much free shooting 360 no scope throughout the whole matchup, except in the end after the Wheels of Doom came after him. The Dwarf Warriors did quite alright, the great weapons as well. Ekron Miners absolutely nailed it, just remaining into a fight till the bitter end. 116 by the Dragonback Slayers, even without a large target to kill. Well, there were 3, actually 4, 3 and 1, but still they were used into chasing down slaves mostly. The Rangers did quite alright, they suffered a lot by the Night Runner slingers, and the Iron Drakes, 153 kills, and a lot of the times they were actually just freaking just sitting there and doing nothing. Like, they have some issues with auto firing, and when they fire, like for real CA, these guys have 0 armor. They should have been immediately melted by that fire. Like, I don't understand how the Iron Drakes against unarmored targets do not do that much of the damage still. Like, this needs to change, like freaking do it. 53 kills on Ulthor's Raiders, supplying that debuff everywhere, just making things easier, and also the bolt throwers with the Goblober didn't do that well. I knew that from the beginning. He was most likely expecting like a Rat Ogre Ras, which obviously didn't happen. It was just a lot of missiles. He kinda relied on a few single entities to do the killing quick, and the priest, and also the lots and lots of summons. combined with the ranged. So yeah, I really like Smelt's build. Too much ranged, the Death Runners just harassing the backline, just wreaking havoc, the Wheels of Doom together with the Doom players. The sharpshooters always a fine choice just to snipe out artillery, because if that artillery kept going together with the bolt throwers, it would be like a really bad situation for the Skaven, because they didn't have any to fight back. And yeah, what can I say about Slave? They all did fine. The Night Runners did more than enough. In the end, when the Death Runners got destroyed, they were able to intervene and just shut down the back line. So yeah, that was a beautiful game. Quick versus the White Dwarf. In the end, the Dwarfs have succeeded, but it was super close, and the MVP of that match is the Master Engineer. So I really hope you enjoyed, guys. Feel free to leave a like or a comment. Feel free to subscribe if you're not, and hit that notification button. And yeah, gonna be seeing you next time. Bye bye.